Hey everyone, it's Cory McCarthy and welcome to a new episode. So I got an interesting question from one of my clients at the Vegan Muscle Academy, and it's actually a topic that I've wanted to discuss on this channel. So I thought now was a good time as any to cover this.
And that is, do I think physiques like Henry Cavill's Superman or Ben Affleck as Batman are attainable naturally? And do actors use steroids for movie roles?
First of all, let's get the Hollywood and steroid element out of the way. Yes, actors do use steroids. I won't claim that all of them use, but many of them very likely use to get in shape super quick for a role. Bear in mind, these guys make a lot of money for the roles that they play, and they also have deadlines to look a particular way.
For instance, in 2007, Sylvester Stallone pled guilty for bringing HGH into Australia, right around the time he was filming the most recent Rambo.
However, just because a star used gear to get into a particular shape in a matter of months, it doesn't mean their results couldn't be had naturally given years of consistent, dedicated training and diet. And this is where I have a real problem with the fake natty movement, the flip side, if you will.
Sure, there are dubious figures in fitness who flaunt obviously chemically altered bodies to sell you products and services.
But this whole fake natty thing has gotten to such an absurd level that anyone who seems to carry any degree of appreciable muscle is instantly stigmatized as a drug user.
For example, Darian Ryder has recently stated that he thinks I am enhanced.
I feel this blanket mentality in turn discourages people from even trying, when they think that their efforts will all be in vain unless they put their health at risk and take anabolic substances. And this is simply not true. You can still obtain a decent physique that will turn heads in the street without resorting to pills and injections. Granted, you need to be realistic, but that does not mean to be a defeatist.
And I covered this in detail in a previous video, which I will link in the description.
I recommend you watch that to save me from spending a lot of time rehashing any further. So, what kind of physiques do I consider possible to achieve naturally after a good 5+ years of training? Allow me to share some examples from Hollywood so that a broader audience can relate. One word before I begin though. I am not saying these folks didn't use drugs to achieve these physiques in a shorter time frame for filming purposes. I'm just saying that I feel that these are attainable physiques given consistent diet and training within 5 or slightly more years, at the very least. And I know mentioning some of these may actually get me some hate, especially from the usual suspects, but these are my honest opinions from my experience, and I hope this helps motivate you. That is entirely the point. So let's roll it out.
Chris Hemsworth as Thor. Thomas Jane as the Punisher. Vin Diesel as Riddick. Henry Cavill as Superman. Chris Evans as Captain America. Christian Bale as Patrick Bateman in American Psycho. Mark Wahlberg in Pain and Gain, who is going for more of a soft, bulking look for this role, not lean. Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. Scott Adkins as Boyka in the Undisputed films.
And now for a couple classics.
Jean-Claude Van Damme in Bloodsport. Dolph Lundgren in Showdown in Little Tokyo. And hell, even as Ivan Drago.
And yes, I know the character Drago used drugs in the movie, mostly to make him appear more nefarious than Stallone's all-American Rocky. Keep in mind, Drago was a Russian, and this was the mid-'80s after all, so there is a political context. Nonetheless, I don't see Dolph's physique being unattainable for a natural given consistent diet and training after 5 or more years.
Also keep in mind, most of those photos were screenshots or publicity photos. Thus, sweat or oil, lighting, angles, etc. can all lend a dramatic effect. To demonstrate what I mean, take a look at these two photos of me here. The one on the left in a more dramatically lit environment, and the one on the right from a less dramatically lit event that I attended with friends. But both were within a week of each other.
Anyhow, I hope you all get the idea that I'm trying to convey. I wanted this episode to be motivating. I bring you guys so much science behind training and nutrition, but I think that helping you find clear-cut and realistic goals is also important. But you gotta get your training, nutrition, and sleep in check. Success comes from hard work and consistency.
For example, this is a real-world 4-month transformation of someone who I coached on nutrition.
He had to follow my guidelines and advice and train his ass off, but look where it got him. Don't let yourself become a defeatist victim. Find your motivation and make your physique goals happen. Anyhow, if you enjoyed this episode or feel someone else may benefit from it, please like and share. Also, do subscribe to my channel to keep on top of regular content updates. And till next time.